guys, this is Tina here from Under 3 Acres, and today I'm going to be sharing with you our family's favorite brownie recipe. So to get started on these gluten-free brownies, we're going to either grease a pan or, like I did, line it with some parchment paper and then set some chocolate to melt in your double broiler. Now I'm just going to let this bottom part come to a broil. I'm using some Callebaut Belgian chocolate, they're called Calais. They're like chocolate chips. They don't have anything other than sugar and cocoa in them, so they're safe for me. I can't do dairy. A lot of chocolate chips have dairy in them. If you can do whatever kind of chocolate you like, if you like the squared baker's chocolate, use those. If you like to use chocolate chips, use those. Whatever your family can use. 4 ounces of chocolate. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up some hazelnuts and toast them to get started. I'm just going to chop these up ever so slightly. Should have maybe used a bigger cutting board. This is a 1/2 cup of hazelnuts. I'm just going to put them in my cast iron frying pan to toast them. So I'm just going to toast these here in my cast iron frying pan. Toasting just helps release the flavors. I'm just melting the chocolate here over really low heat in a double broiler method. It's going to take a few minutes, and over here I'm still toasting the hazelnuts. Almost done. And once it's melted, almost melted here, I'm going to turn the heat off and I'm going to add my avocado oil. I have a 1/2 cup here of avocado oil. It's right there. Now, if you can do dairy, this is a dairy-free version. If you can do dairy, you could substitute that with butter, but we like using avocado oil. You probably could use coconut oil. I've never tried it. I have a child who is sensitive to coconut. Actually, I think 2 children. So, that's all there is to it. That's done. Now I'm going to pull that off the stove and let it sit to cool for a little bit. Now I'm going to take my 3 eggs. I need 1 whole one. And 2 egg whites. Use this here. Doesn't want to separate for me here. There we go. I know there's nothing wrong with my eggs. They're blue and green because we have, they call them Easter egger and olive egger. Just lost a bit of shell. Easter egger and olive egger chickens. And then we have brown egg layers and white egg layers. There, now there's no shell. So I'm just gonna set these aside. So now we're going to beat this. And now I'm going to add the sugar. Now I'm going to add in the chocolate. That's the chocolate and the oil that were mixed together. Now we're going to blend those in. Now that's done. And now we're going to set this aside, and I'm going to take the buckwheat here. I have 3/4 cup of buckwheat. I've got the salt. It's 1/2 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I'm just going to give those a little mix. And then we're going to fold those into the brownie mixture. These brownies are really good. Nobody will know that they're not containing gluten. My kids often request these ones for poetry tea time and for just birthdays or just a special treat. They're really easy, really quick to make. Next, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. I make this myself using vanilla beans and rum. You can use vodka too, but I use rum, I like it. And mix that in. Now I'm just gonna add the toasted hazelnuts. We're just going to fold those in. You could omit the hazelnuts. They're not imperative. You could use walnuts. We just like to use the hazelnuts because those are a nut that everyone in our family can have. Now I'm gonna grab my baking dish here. And pour this all in. Now I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. And you bake these for 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how your oven is. I know when we use the convection oven, it goes a little quicker. That's why I say 20 to 30. I always err on the side of less. And always check. You don't want to over bake brownies, and they're just dry and not so nice. Spread that out a little bit. And there you go. I'm gonna put this in the oven and bake it for 20 to 30 minutes. So now we've got the brownies, they're all done. It took about 30 minutes in my oven. It's a little bit slower. So again, 20 to 30 minutes and now they're all done. It's coffee time for hubby and I. The kids are playing and we're just gonna enjoy a couple pieces of brownie. I had a little taste. It tastes divine. It has a hint of like a Nutella taste. So be sure to give it a try and let me know what you think. Leave a comment below and give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. If you want a copy of this recipe, be sure to check the link below. We have it linked out on the blog. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.